Welcome to a video about my Macintosh II last minute 2026 Macintosh bad drive data recovery. This was performed on my Macintosh II. Now I ran the video in backwards so you can see how the drive is supposed to look when it unlocks. Watch how this locking arm will start to move away and unlock the heads once the drive spins up. This happens from air pressure when the drive is spinning so fast. In the machine, when they get old, the locking heads will not unlock. Now I know some of them say, hey, why didn't you lubricate it? I tried a number of things. It just kept locking. My final solution was to cut it off. They stick. So my solution was to take the drive apart and cut the locking head off. You should know that opening a drive up like this will probably totally ruin it. A speck of dust on those platters will prevent it from reading data or cause data corruption. But this drive is so old and the data is going to be lost, so I had to open it up, fix the locking head. I actually just moved it over and it would start working. And then I tried shutting it down and it would not read it again. It would lock and not read it again. So I finally opened it up, moved the locking head over. I started copying my data over when on the machine when it actually recognized it as a drive. Then I went and cut off the locking head, or the locking arm that locks the head. Well, notice that power supply sitting there? That is a power supply made out of wrapped with cardboard. I took it out of an old drive that was dead, an external drive. And you've got to have a fresh, good, dependable power supply on an old drive like that, or actually on any drive. But I put a power supply on there. I also hooked up my floppy EMU to boot off in case neither drive booted. But the floppy EMU wasn't needed. The drive booted off my internal. And the external drive, which actually came from another machine, you can see it sitting on top of the monitor over there, the other machine. It's the one with the drive bad on. I did put the drive cover back on when I was done, and the drive actually would boot a couple times. It would actually start the computer as well if it was set for the right SCSID. And I had plans of putting it back into the LC2, but like I said, after like the third boot, it just wouldn't read anything anymore again, which is typical when you take the heads off of a drive. Also, this is not an April Fool's video, but it's after midnight now, so I guess it is April. And I wonder, does anyone have a desk as messy as mine? Again, there's my jerry-rigged power supply, and I even put a power switch on it. Careful, that's 110 there. Actually needed wrenches to get that drive apart. There's a nut on top of the drive. So since it's copying my data over now, making a backup before the drive finally will fail, I'm going to stop talking and play some music, and if you'd like to watch the rest of it, you can. There's a few interesting things towards the end, but I'm done talking at the moment. Enjoy the music. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it now. It's actually at the end of Macintosh, so maybe some of you people will enjoy the fact that I broke into my drive, took the head off, and forced the data to be readable. Remember, Computer Hobby Shop is non-profit. Anything we sell is just to keep the lights on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a happy Macintosh. And now that it's April, goodbye.